it's like, put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. Like, are you going to do what you said you were going to do? Do you have it in you to go after the life that you want? Had to get back right. You know what? We're going to do it like this, man. So, excuse me. I hope you guys can hear me. I've been under the weather a little bit. And obviously, I'm on the road. Now, I made a post not too long ago. They said I got kicked out. That's not what you think it is. It was actually a program that I was a part of. And, the program, fine program, nothing, I have no bad words to say about it. The only thing I will say is that it was not what it was led on to be, what I was led to be, to believe, excuse me, if that's the right word to say. So, I say all that to say, man, no, I'm not out on the streets. I appreciate everybody's concern. And outside of that, I just would like to take this time to really just like acknowledge the God within, because obviously our Heavenly Father is, who blesses me with the gifts and talents and skills that I have, as He does for you as an individual. I say this because I know it to be true. I've seen it countless times. And not only that, but I've refound the God within. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way. I just mean that, I have become more in tune with my own inner strength. I know how to persevere, how to reflect, and how to adapt to a situation, no matter where it may lead me, and just a side note, you guys got to bear with me. I know I probably sound a little bit different. I'm coming off of, whatever it was. I was under the weather, it came out of the blue, and it had me down for a little bit, but, that's not going to stop anything at all, so I'm really just continuing to, shine a light on what it is I've got going on. I honestly think that with everything that's been happening, it's all in divine timing. I've been having some breakthroughs in certain areas of my life. I've been having, just certain signs and signals that, like, being on the right path and everything like that. And I know that a lot of us, we probably hear that message a lot. And sometimes we don't necessarily want to hear it because it's like, I've been hearing like something good's around the corner, something good's on the way, yada, 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 right? And I just want to encourage everybody who is feeling that way or has felt that way to not grow weary and not to give up, especially when you're feeling in that moment, feeling those feelings, right? And your feelings are valid and everything like that, but just know that, you just got to keep pushing. I've got a lot of things to be, grateful for in my life. I've got, my health. I mean, I'm coming from being under the weather a little bit, but I'd much rather have that than something that is, terminally ill, fatally ill, something that cannot be fixed or corrected no matter how much money or time you have. And so with that being said, man, just be grateful for everything that you have in life. Continue to, acknowledge the blessings that you have in your life. And not only that, but I think it's really important, to continue to do what makes you feel the most alive. And I don't mean that in a negative way, anything that's going to be bad, towards others or even yourself. Don't self-sabotage, had to be patient and one time, one way or another in our lives, and we've done it before. We can do it again, just as God has done it before. He can do it again. And this is obviously a little bit different than the normal videos. I'm not in one of the settings that you guys have accustomed to growing to see me in. Just wanted to switch things up a little bit, keep things fresh, and definitely felt like I had enough strength to get back to it. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for everybody who's reached out, not even just recently, but just like in the past several months or so. I really appreciate everybody, and 2026 is it's the year of evolution, it's the year of transformation, and it's going to continue to be that. It's not going to stop just because you have a setback here or there, right? If anything, the setback should be confirmation that you're on the right path, and not only that, it's an opportunity for you to not show others, but show yourself that you are serious about what it is that you set out to accomplish this year, that you are who you say you are, and just continue to stay focused, stay grounded, and to always believe in yourself. No matter if family believes in you, no matter if your friends, no matter if your relationships believe in you, like, if nothing else, you got to believe in yourself. It starts there, and everything else will like fall in line like after that. But definitely start with believing in yourself first, because if you don't believe in yourself, like, how can you expect other people to believe in you? You can't expect other people to believe in you more than you believe in you. That's ludicrous, So just continue to always do what you got to do in order to stay aligned, stay in alignment with that, and trust your intuition, especially in this year. It's a lot of different opportunities, I'll say, for you. This is what I've just been downloading. It's what's been coming to my mind, my heart, my spirit to share with you all. Like, you're gonna have that breakthrough, and you're gonna be so happy, and so you're gonna be filled with just so much joy that you didn't stop when things got tough, that you didn't stop and give in and give up when you felt like there wasn't any progress being had, right? So I just would want to encourage you all with that for sure, and continue to like take care of yourself, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, for my creatives, creatively, and then relationally as well. Your finances, I didn't mention that, because if you take care of everything else, that's going to be taken care of. Like, that's just a done deal. Now, it's not going to mean that you don't have to work. It's not going to mean that you're not going to have to put in any effort, right? But it's going to take care of itself. And I mean that genuinely, because I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in people's lives that I care about. And, it's just, it's an awesome thing, man, to know that you came across something. It wasn't necessarily how you felt like things should go. And everything under the sun was trying to tell you to go another way, to stop, to give in. You're wasting your time. And you decided to stay with it, stick it out. And it's because of that that you were able to see the other side of the storm, And yeah, I don't know how else to explain it other than you're just gonna feel, that is what success feels like. That is what a part of success feels like. and everyone has their own definition. But that is what success can feel like, you know. But yeah, like I said, man, I'm not homeless and on the street. I mean, I actually pass by a lot of people who are in those types of situations, and it's really disheartening, especially when, you know, you've got just so much on your plate and so much like trying to distract you. But yeah, just don't allow that to make you want to change paths, change lanes, even though sometimes it's necessary. That wasn't intended. And if you get it, you get it. If you know, you know. If you peeped, then you know we're locked in. But yeah, man, I mean, I see homeless people, you know, a lot, and I feel for them, whatever their story is. Everyone has a story. Not everybody made decisions to end up in that situation that they're in, and yet sometimes they are in that type of, you know, situation. You know, I think that the most important thing that we can do is to not allow, you know, life to wear and tear on you, because there's always somebody that has something like way worse than you do. But not only that, like, people have like what things that you do have, whether it's tangible or whether it's just, you know, a gift, like regardless, like there are people that would do unimaginable things to have what you have. And some of those people, yeah, it comes from like kind of a darker place, and, you know, envy and jealousy. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about people that would genuinely give, like, you know, their last, just whatever. They would give their last to have your health. They would give your last to have family around them. They would give their last to have, you know, your finances. If you have a car, like, there are people that don't have cars. There are people that, you know, don't even have transportation. Like, they can't even really afford like a, you know, a bus card. You know what I mean? And I mean, I've seen that for years, like for decades actually. You know, I used to have to take that, like, just to go to school. Yeah, you guys got to bear with me. This is like, honestly, this is really just a yap session. I get it. So I completely understand that this is not what everybody wants, but I know that somebody's gonna, like, you know, really resonate with this because it's brought to my attention for a reason. And yeah, I mean, growing up, always getting dropped off, to then taking public transportation, like taking the bus, you know, then going from taking the bus to taking a bus to then take, you know, a train, like, and this is every day. Like, I'm talking about you taking a train to go to school, bro. Like, what? But yeah, I mean, it all helped shape me who I am. It all helped me to appreciate what it is that I have in life. And I wouldn't be where I'm at mentally, emotionally, and then because of those things, spiritually and because of spiritually and physically, without, you know, how do I put it? Without the experiences, man, I wouldn't change a thing, you know. And I think that's a big thing that I've probably learned with the last 15 months of my life. Yeah, with the last 15 months of my life, I've learned that it's not about living in regret, or like, if I could go back, I would change this. If you change that, you change in everything. I don't care what anyone says. So like, I don't have any regrets in my life. I don't have any do-overs that I wish I had, you know, and that goes for anything. Like, that goes for, I mean, those that know me or that have come to know me, like, are a version of me, because you don't really, like, actually know me. There's like probably like 3 people on earth that actually know me. So if you're not one of those 3 people and they know exactly who they are, they won't have to question it. But yeah, man, like, with that being said, like, the last 15 months, man, like, I don't want any do-overs. That's in career, that's in athletics, that's in education, that's in love, like, that's in, you know, like, just everything. I wouldn't change a thing, man, because I wouldn't be where I'm at without it. And I'm grateful for where I'm at, you know, because I know that where I'm headed, like, this is a part of the journey that I need to be at in order to, you know, be able to, in order to step into the rooms that I'm going to be stepping into, in order to receive the blessings that I'm going to be receiving. Like, I had to, you know, kind of, like, become who I needed to become. You know, this is a part of the journey that I needed to face, you know. I think that when all's said and done, I'm gonna be able to look back on, like, the last 15 years, the last 25, well, I'm not that old. The last 15, not 15 years, 15 months, I'm tripping. Yeah, the last 15 months, man. You know what? Actually, no, I'm not tripping about that. 25 years, I was tripping. 25 years, I was tripping. 25, I was tripping. But, no, the last 15 years, no, that's valid. And, it's gonna, because I'm gonna be living in a whole different life. Like, we live different lives, man. We do. You're not the same person that you were in elementary school, in grade school, lower school, whatever you called it. Whether you went to a Catholic school, a public school, a private school, however you got your education, however you got there, whatever you did there, whatever relationships you had there, like, whatever relationships you have now, like, it all changes, man. Even with your family members, like, you have different relationships with people. And that's just across the board. That's how life is, man, you know? And yeah, I just, like I said, man, I'm just honored that I'm the one that's actually going through what I'm going through, because I know that if there were other people, let me put it to you like this, if there were other people, and this is going to resonate with somebody, like, just lock in, let me cook. Like, if you want to do something in your life, if you have a passion, if you have a dream, if there's just something that you feel like you're called to do, but you don't necessarily see anybody around you that you know doing it, whether it's your friends, whether it's your family, then take that as your sign that you are the one that is meant to do it. And it may get difficult at times, and you need to be thankful for that, because that means that you're the one that can shoulder that weight. You're the one that can shoulder that, what others would view as a burden, you're the one that can shoulder that privilege. You know, it's a privilege to have, you know, certain pressures in life, and pressure in life in general. Like, pressure is not a bad thing. And I think society, we have, like, mudded it up to make it like, oh, pressure is a bad thing. You don't want that. Man, nah, pressure is an unbelievable thing. Because like I mentioned earlier, it's like, put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. Like, are you gonna do what you said you were gonna do? Do you have it in you to go after the life that you want? And you're gonna be the only one that can know that. Our Heavenly Father knows. He knows that you're capable, but are you gonna have what you need within, the God within, to get it done? Our Heavenly Father, He knows everything, but He knows that you're capable. If you're willing or not, you gotta decide that for yourself. Your aunts and uncles, your siblings, your cousins, your parents, your coaches, your girlfriend, your wife, like your kids, your boss, your colleagues, your teammates, nobody else can decide that for you. You got to make that decision for yourself, and then make the actions that align with that on a daily basis. And yeah, I mean, in doing that, you'll be able to see like what you're really made of, man. You'll be able to surprise yourself. I promise you that. And I'm very fortunate and grateful for everybody that's tuned in. And if you made it this far in the video, man, like honestly, you guys we're locked in for sure. And that means that you heard something that wanted you to stick around, and that's awesome, man. So just continue to do what you got to do to achieve that, because only you know what life it is that you want deep down inside. 100% authentically, the life that you know that you're meant to live. And I'm proud to say that at this present moment in time, I can honestly say that I am doing what I need to do in order for that to be achieved. And it's not an easy task, but I know that I'm the one that's meant to make it happen. So when it happens, there's going to be a lot of what do they call bandwagoners and stuff like that. That's okay, that's cool, because you're meant to shoulder that as well. Like, you're not meant to be cold and like brush people off. You've already set boundaries in place, so you know what's going to be in alignment with you. But just accept that's a part of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a privilege to have the attention. It's a privilege to have, and that goes for either way, either side of the coin when it comes to attention, right? But 23:32 as I'm saying that. Then I'm gonna wrap this one up here, guys. It's a privilege to be patient, man. It's a privilege to be patient. That's what I would probably leave this off with. And just any final words, go after the life you want and stay safe, man. And as always, man, until next time, in due time, peace.